What is up today, guys? Today we're going to be working on the 250EX. I have her sitting right here. So basically it's just going to be like a general tune-up. Like I said, this thing has been sitting for 10 years. If you haven't seen the video before, there was a snake living under the seat, and you know, that's what happens when you let things sit for 10 years. It was outside, it was covered, but you know, it's just 10 years of sitting kind of caught up with it. So we're going to be doing a basic tune-up. I'm going to clean this thing up a little bit. You can see like the spark plug wire, like a hornet tried to make a nest in there or something. So we'll clean that out. We're going to be putting a new plug in, change the oil, clean the carb. I got a carb kit for it, new air filter. I'm putting new back tires on. I know these things look like they're brand new, but let's see if we can find it here. There's really bad dry rot and cracking on them. So bad that gonna have to get rid of these tires. And I do have a set of hole shots on 450R rims that should fit on there. I think they have the same bolt pattern, so I'm just gonna throw them on there, and that's pretty much gonna be it. I have my parts right here. Nothing really crazy. There's a new battery in here. This I think is the filter, carb kit, spark plug, and then this big box here. I know it's exciting and everything, but it's just a side panel that's been missing on the quad. So that's all the parts really we need, and plus oil. And so first thing I'm going to do is just kind of clean up the quad a little bit. It's not going to be like a crazy detail. Just get it nice and clean, because I don't like working on dirty things, and it's always nice to give back a quad to a customer, you know, nice and clean. So let's get this thing cleaned up. Alright, so I got this thing cleaned up for the most part. It's pretty crazy how clean this got. It's just low hours. But what I'm going to do is just real quick before I put my cleaning stuff away, I'm going to take this battery out of here just so that I can clean a little bit better in here. And that battery is getting replaced anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and take that out now. It's super easy. It's just 4 bolts. You got to take off this retainer thing. Got one, another one back here. And you got to take off your terminals as well. And the battery pulls right out. New one drops right in. I'm not going to put the new one in right away. I just want to get this one out of here so we can clean it. Alright, so that's all cleaned out in there. I didn't go crazy with it, but you can see how easily that cleaned up. Now, just for the heck of it, before I pull this in the shop, I want to pull this cover off. I'm curious what it looks like under here. That's where the air filter is, just because there could be like rats and stuff in there. So if it's dirty, I might as well open that up now while I got my cleaning stuff out. So let's see what it looks like. So this is amazing. It's hard to believe that this filter is this clean. And usually something gets into these filter boxes and eats the filter or makes a nest out of them, which is crazy. This filter feels like it's okay. I'm still gonna put the new filter in, only because this thing is still the original filter, I'm pretty sure. So it's from '02, and the materials can break down and they kind of degrade. But you know, I have the new filter, I might as well put it in there, and I'll keep this one with the quad and give it to the owner in case he gets that other one dirty. You know, he might be able to reuse this one, but it's better safe than sorry. I put a new filter in there. This one's still really old. Alright, so I got that filter out of there, and our carb is right here. So I want to get our carb out of there so we can clean it. Definitely needs to be cleaned. Believe it or not, it looks like the only thing holding this air box in place are these two pins. So I'm going to pull those out, and then of course you have our breather tube, which is hooked up down here. I can take that clamp off, or maybe just pull it out with the box. I'm not really sure if that'll come out easy or not. But as long as I can move this air box this way a little bit, then I can get the carb out. And it looks like there's two small bolts that hold the carb onto the motor. And then we'll pull that out. So I was pulling this carb off, and I went to take the slide out, and this thing was solid in there, and I'm thinking that the carb was completely trashed. I've seen carburetors that get, you know, completely corroded, and you really just need a new carb. But luckily I tugged it a couple times and it came out, and you can see some buildup and stuff on there, but should be able to clean that stuff off. Alright, so I got my carb right here. It doesn't look too bad. We'll have to see what it looks like when I pull off the bowl. Got this carb kit here. I kind of like the way they packaged this. It came in like a little plastic container. So yeah, I'll rebuild the carb and get it back on there. Let's get this thing running. Yeah, I'd say this thing needs the carb cleaned. Alright guys, so I got that crappy carb in the ultrasonic cleaner here. I can't get too close to it because it messes with the audio. But anyways, that thing is tearing shit up right now. And basically just waiting for that. The rest of the stuff on the quad is pretty much done. I replaced the transaxle fluid or differential. Gonna be throwing a new battery in, put new oil in it, put a new spark plug in it, and the gas tank was empty already, so I'll be throwing some new gas in, and that'll pretty much be it. It should be ready to go. I have the new side piece to go on. I also cleaned out our spark plug boot, just shot a little awesome in there, and then used a little scrubber on a drill, clean it out real good. Rinsed it out with a hose. And then I took some air pressure and blew it out, made sure there wasn't any water left in there. And I just have to throw on the new 450R tires that I have sitting over here. These should bolt right up. They have some pretty decent hole shots on them. Same size rims and stuff, so they'll fit on there nicely. Alright, so these things are done. Water looks pretty dirty. I mean, it seems to have cleaned it somewhat. Probably have to scrub it. This actually looks pretty good. Alright, so I got this carb pretty clean. I'm going to run it through one more time, just for safe measure. And I wound up scraping a bunch of that dirt and stuff off. The rest should come out with another shot in the ultrasonic cleaner. Brought the quad in because it was getting dark out, and I think in the meantime I'm just going to throw the battery in and switch these tires out, and then all I have to do is put the carb on and hopefully it starts up.